World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. Mali's Army chief has ordered an investigation into a video on social media showing a man wearing a Malian military uniform cutting the stomach of a corpse. In a statement released by the Army's chief's office, it described the act as a rare atrocity akin to cannibalism, stressing such violence does not align with their military values. The Army said competent services have been mobilized to confirm the authenticity of the video and to identify the individual. The footage, which had circulated on social media platform X, showed a man in military uniform carving up the stomach of a dead body with a machete, while some of his peers, also dressed in fatigues, laughing. According to some reports and comments, the man, speaking in the local Malian Bambara language, says he is going to eat the victim's liver while cutting through the corpse. The X took down the video from their platform for violating its content rules. There was no immediate verification regarding the authenticity of the video. Mali's military has been struggling to contain militant groups, some with links to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State, for years. It has also been accused of committing serious abuses, including executions and torture against civilians they deemed collaborating with the jihadist groups. The military has repeatedly denied those allegations.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
In our news, Vietnam's government announced that it has filed a claim with the United Nations for an extended continental shelf in the disputed South China Sea. According to Vietnam's foreign ministry, the submission of the continental shelf beyond the current 200 nautical miles is to exercise the rights and obligations of state parties under relevant provisions of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS. It is stressed that Hanoi has full legal and scientific basis to assert its claims in the area, particularly in north, central, and southern areas of the region. Vietnam also reaffirmed its sovereignty over the Paracel Islands and Spratly Islands. Hanoi's move follows a similar action made by the Philippines last June, which also seeks an extension on its continental shelf claim in its West Palawan region in the West Philippine Sea. The two Southeast Asian nations are among the states that have overlapping claims in the resource-rich and strategic waterway. Despite these separate submissions of claims, Manila and Hanoi have expressed their readiness and commitment to settle the territorial dispute peacefully.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And for our Philippine Embassy and Consular news, with the forthcoming implementation of the first ever online voting and canvassing system, or OVCS, for overseas voters in the May 2025 midterm election, foreign service personnel from various Philippine embassies and consulates general in Europe gathered in Barcelona last week for the online voting training provided by the officials of the Commission on Election, or COMELEC. According to the Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, a total of 27 personnel, including representatives from the Philippine Consulate General in Barcelona, who also serve as hosts, participated in the training. The session covered the legal basis, security features, and implementation timeline of the OVCS, a system expected to boost overseas voter turnout in the upcoming midterm elections in May 2025. The DFA Overseas Voters Secretariat, led by Foreign Affairs Undersecretary for Civilian Security and Consular Affairs Jesus Domingo, stressed the role of the Filipinos overseas in nation building. For her part, Philippine Consul General to Barcelona, Maria Teresa S.M. Lazaro, expressed optimism for a higher voter turnout with the convenience that the OVCS will bring to the election process. In 2022, Barcelona registered 51% voter turnout. Around 80% or 76 of Philippine embassies and consulates general around the world are slated to implement the overseas voting system in the 2025 Philippine midterm elections.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.
And that is today's edition of World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is Peñano. Good day.
World News in 5.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes.
World News in 5.
Here on Radyo Pilipinas Worldwide.